Hello friends! Welcome to a brand new reading vlog. This one is especially exciting because I have never pushed my limits real hard and done a 24-hour readathon. But that's gonna be today. I'm nervous but also excited because I always feel like I set myself up for failure when I do this kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, we got all the caffeine. I've got Zoe and Kaylin who are also doing it. That can keep me awake, but I also don't do well staying awake. Like, I just get sick. I wish I was one of those people that could live off of like 3 hours of sleep, but that has never been the case. So that's what this video is. I am very excited to just actually read because I have not read like this first week of January at all. I went back to work after a 2-week vacation and it was just long and rough and I've been so tired. So I slept in today and we will see how long I can stay awake because I really just want to read. I have not read and I am just like chomping at the bit to actually like just get some good reading done, finish my first book of the year and all of that good stuff. So I'm really excited about it. Again, we will see how this goes. Kind of nervous. But another fun thing I decided to do is host some reading sprints over on my Instagram to also help me stay accountable, stay off my phone, my Switch, my computer, whatever it is. I'm probably going to be using the Forest app a lot, which basically locks down your phone and your apps and you can't go anywhere else until that time limit is up. It has like calming music and like stuff like that to it, so I'm probably going to be using that literally all day. But other than that, we are going to be doing some reading sprints. Zoe, Kaylin, and I decided it would be fun to do that, and I've always wanted to go live on my Instagram. I never have before, so we'll see how it goes. I've hosted one Instagram thing for the Reading Rush one time and I felt like a total noob to Instagram, so again, we will see how it goes, but hopefully that'll keep me accountable with my reading. And I also thought it would be fun to like set up a cozy reading nook, kind of like I did with the Reading Rush, to kind of tell my brain like, this is where you're reading today and you have to stay here. But honestly, I don't want to do that much cleanup, so we'll see. I may try to create something cozy with this chair and move my lamp around. I actually have like a day sofa where you can lean back, but I feel like that's gonna make me fall asleep, so I may like recreate this area a little bit to keep myself awake. Other than that, that is the plan for this weekend and I am really excited. I guess I shouldn't say this weekend, but the next 24 hours. So again, a little nervous, but let's just get into the books that I plan on reading. I do want to say that I'm not planning on saying, oh, I read 7 books in 24 hours. I think I'm actually going to be a little bit easier on myself and track the pages that I read. Mostly because I have some manga and some short books and a couple books that I just need to finish up from last year or the beginning of this year that I haven't finished yet. So I think that'll be a really cool and motivating way to just track my pages rather than entire books. Also, I wanted to note, I'm wearing my I'd Rather Be Reading shirt to give me some good vibes. Hopefully that will help us start the day out well. But let's just go ahead and get into, I guess we can just talk about the manga first. Obviously, I have some options here, but I'm really excited about all of these, so let me just walk you through them. This first one is called Witch Hat Atelier. I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't know much about it. I recently discovered that this is like a very, very popular manga that I did not know was popular until the other day, and obviously it's a little bit more fantasy, which is right up my alley. I think it's about a girl that like wants to become a witch, and so she trains with these witches and some things go wrong. I'm really not sure, but I'm sure in this video I'll be giving you a reading update at some point. I really want to start out strong by finishing one book and I may end up reading this first. I don't know. We'll see. Another favorite manga that I've discovered recently is Spy Family. This is volume 2. I read the first one online and I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna need to own this physically because there's something about just reading manga physically where you can like just read it at your own pace and see the artwork super up close, and this is hilarious. I love the humor in this. It's about a guy who's on a mission. Honestly, I forget what his mission is, but he has to create a fake family so he doesn't like stand out and people aren't suspicious. So he finds a wife for himself in this consignment store, and then he basically like picks up this little girl at an orphanage, and all she's wanted is like a family in her life, and she is so cute and I can tell the bond between these three is just going to become really strong. So excited about this one. Also, look how cute she is. I don't know. I don't know, I instantly fell in love with this, so I'm really eager to read this one as well. And then of course we have The Promised Neverland, which if you've watched my videos before, you know I love this manga. It's probably my top favorite. It just has everything in it, from mystery to intrigue to horror to just a lot of character development, and I love it so much. I'm actually on volume 12 already, and I was gonna pick up the 13th, but they didn't have it, because I was like, well, maybe I'll just binge this series, but I ended up picking up these two instead of the next two for this one, which I don't mind at all because I really want to try this one. But we have kids in an orphanage who escape for very good reason, because there's some weird and creepy things going on. They're basically like part of this experimental farm for these demons. And I know it sounds weird, and I normally don't read horror, but this is an adventure, y'all. This is really good. And then two more classics that I've kind of had on my shelf for a while. I started reading them, but I don't know why I haven't finished them. That's Naruto. It's like a bind-up of the first three. So old school, but honestly, I love the humor. It's really great. I think I read like half of the first volume technically, but if I'm still on a manga kick, I will pick this up. And then I have Death Note, the Black Edition. I started watching this show. Do not watch the Netflix film. Willem Dafoe has a great voice for like the Shinigami devil in this, but do not, it's so poorly done. Please just watch the anime if you are gonna watch it. I'd rather you watch a dubbed anime than like the terrible Netflix show, so if you're interested. But my husband spoiled the ending for me in college of this, and ever since then, I just haven't really had the desire to pick it back up. Again, I did want to have a couple more options in case I'm on a manga kick. It's about a boy who comes across this journal, and he finds out that you can actually write the person's name and their cause of death, and it actually happens. So, a little bit scary, but he starts watching the news and like writing down criminals' names and the way they die. So as you can see, there's a lot of power in his hands, and he has to kind of decide what to do with it. So, I love this story. Again, have not finished it, but I'm really hoping to at some point. So these are just kind of like extras if I want to. And then my top priority for today is actually to finish The Last Flight. I am almost halfway through with it. I'm flying through it. It's a great thriller, and I also feel like thrillers are just great in general for readathons because they're just page turners. Like, you literally can't put them down. So these two ladies like switch places at an airport, basically switch identities like after they go through security, and there's a plane crash, and one of them supposedly dies. Yeah, so, but does she really? Yeah, this has been a really great thriller, less on the domestic side, which I can appreciate. So I've been loving this, and this is probably one that I am 100% going to be finishing during this video. And then I thought it would be fun to include like a classic, but like something that's still illustrated that isn't going to make me fall asleep. So I decided to pick up Peter Pan, which is this gorgeous illustrated edition, and I'm just really excited for it. I was obsessed with Peter Pan as a kid, and yeah, I just can't wait to get into the book. I'm sure you know the classic story of it, but yeah, this is like the interactive version, and so there's a lot of like pullouts and flaps and wheels and just extra pieces of paper. Again, I think this is going to be great for keeping me awake. And of course, I always feel like I need an audiobook when I do readathons. I feel like it just helps me. So I actually am not finished with Fable by Adrienne Young yet. I'm only like a third of the way through. It's really slow, so I feel like the only way I'm gonna be able to finish it is on audiobook, and Scribd has it. So if I'm falling asleep, I can read along with this, or color, or embroider, or just do something with my hands. So this is just another one that I have finished halfway, and I'm tired of sitting halfway through multiple books, so I just need to get it done. But yeah, I've got quite a few pages left to do that, like 200, which isn't terrible if you listen to it at 2 times speed. But yeah, this is definitely another one on the priority list. And then one last book that I had my eye on. Again, there's no way I'm gonna get through all these. If I do, I'm gonna be absolutely shocked. But another one I decided to throw out there is Across the Green Grass Fields by Shannon McGuire. And I actually don't know the date exactly that this comes out, but it comes out this month. But this is the 6th now. I think this is the 5th or 6th. I want to say it's the 6th in the Every Heart a Doorway series by her. And I love the series. I love it so much. I recently read Over the Woodward Wall, which is kind of like a standalone. I really was not a fan of it, so it kind of like put a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm like, do I want to read this? Do I not? But also it's 160 pages, so I feel like this would be a really good one to read, and obviously I like to make my ARCs a priority when I can. So yeah, I will be keeping this one in my stack as well. Alright guys, so this is basically my priority stack. The other two mangas are just kind of like, you know, extras if I'm on a manga kick. Like I said, I've never done like a hardcore 24-hour readathon, and I've never vlogged it. I mean, I vlogged the Reading Rush, but that had like a lot of B-roll and like extra aesthetics to this, and this is gonna be solely a reading vlog. So hopefully you guys might be interested in some of my thoughts on these. This is solely a reading vlog minus the aesthetics, so I hope you guys don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and get some breakfast because I have not eaten yet. It is actually 11:03 and I had planned to start at 11 o'clock, so maybe we'll go with like 11:15ish. I got distracted for a second because he had to come say hi. You are so cute. Do you want to say hi? Yeah? You always come to visit. You're so cute. Why are you so cute? Anyways, yes, the plan is probably like 11:15, 11:30 till the same time tomorrow. So I am excited, but I also need some fuel, and I am going to share with you guys the caffeine lineup that I have for the day. So my heart's probably going to be pounding all day, but I need something to keep me going. So here is my caffeine lineup. Looks beautiful together. Look at all those colors. Okay, so first of all, we have normal coffee I can make, of course. And then we have this Bang energy drink, which Kaylin says she loves this flavor, the cotton candy. Honestly, not sure how I feel about it, but I am excited to try that one. And then we have a very strong cold brew, which I've already tried, and it's definitely gonna keep me awake for sure. And then here we have my favorite chai tea concentrate, so we can make a ton of iced or hot chai tea lattes. And then this is actually my husband's, but it works. I've tried it and I was bouncing off the walls. So this is like a huge energy drink. Tastes pretty good too, I'm not gonna lie. And then I also have some matcha bubble milk tea, which of course has caffeine in it naturally. These are amazing, by the way. I am obsessed. And then of course I have plenty of just like caffeinated loose leaf tea that we can make as well. So I guess I need to pick one to start out with. It is now 4:40. We just finished up our reading sprints, which was supposed to go till 4, but we went like 20 minutes over. But it was so much fun. I love going live on Instagram and just feeling that connection with a lot more of you. So that was such a good time, and I actually ended up reading 80 pages of The Last Flight, which means I have less than 100 pages left to go. And oh man, is this getting juicy and crazy, and it's getting a lot more fast paced. It was getting a little bit slow here in the middle, but it's getting real good. Yeah, these two ladies that are trying to live separate lives, not everything is going great for them right now. So I definitely want to finish this first, I think. And then before I even did the reading sprints, I started reading this, and it is so cute. Honestly, it's giving me like Howl's Moving Castle vibes, because the witch in this, he's like very eccentric, I guess you could say. I guess that's the word. I'm really not sure how to describe him, but I'm pretty much like a third or halfway through this. I technically said I was gonna start reading at 11, but it ended up being at 1 or 1:30, probably close to 1:30, so I'll probably end up going to like 1:30 tomorrow instead of like 11, because I was doing laundry and some other stuff I didn't realize I had to do. So yes, I will say the official end is like 1:30, but also I kind of want to just like keep reading tomorrow. If I like feel like reading a lot, I think I'm probably just gonna keep reading. I had a chai tea latte, so I'm still kind of feeling the effects of that, but pretty much close to dinner. I had breakfast, but I kind of skipped lunch, so I think I'm gonna make a quick dinner. I can't decide if I want to make something here or just order something or go pick something up, because I don't know. I just want to read as much as possible, and Firehouse Subs or Jimmy John's or somewhere with a sandwich just sounds really good right now for whatever reason. Yes, I will give you my thoughts when I'm finished with this. So far, I love it. It's more fairy tale-esque, and then this is definitely getting real good, and I can see why so many people have read it. So that's where I'm currently at. These two things shouldn't take me long to finish, so I feel like I'm starting out pretty strong, but I will check in with you guys later at some point when I have another update. It's not even 5 yet, but it's starting to get dark out. I do not like this time change. It makes me feel like it's 10 o'clock at night when it's only like 6. Hey, can you not steal my reading spot, please? Hello? What do you think you're doing? Good thing you're cute. Hello friends, it is now much later. I've officially hit the midnight mark, so I've made it this far, and typically I would be up till like 11:30, sometimes 11 like on weeknights, so this really is not late for me at all, so we're going strong. I also never drink energy drinks, but this one was recommended to me. Zoe said she liked the brand, and Kaylin said she liked the cotton candy, and I can say I'm a fan. I don't drink soda, so I think I just like the carbonation. It tastes really good, and it tastes like actual cotton candy, so really sweet. So I don't know if I'm going to be drinking all of it. Plus my heart rate has gone up quite a bit, which is not good. I mean, that's what energy drinks do to you, but I'd prefer not to kill myself tonight. So yeah, not sure how much more I'm going to be drinking of that. But I have a pretty good reading update for you guys, and a little bit of a TBR turn, so I'll explain. I did finish The Last Flight, and I think I'm gonna sit on my rating because the first half was very thrilling and I was very like intrigued and invested, and then the whole thing in the middle just kind of got long, and then the end was very prolonged. Like, I loved the idea and the concept, but I have this issue where thrillers always fall flat for me. I did like it. I didn't like love it, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna sit on it. What I did like was the two characters that we have, that it goes back and forth between their, not opinions, their views, I literally am blanking on words right now, their viewpoints or whatever. I seriously cannot think right now. Maybe I am more tired than I thought. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. These are both like very strong-willed women that like know what they want in life, and one is escaping from her abusive husband. The other is like kind of escaping from her life because she's like a drug dealer and she fell into it kind of on accident. So The timeline was also very interesting. One is going from the past to the present, and one is going from like the future to the present. It's really confusing, but I actually had to Google the ending because I was like, I don't really understand what just happened. I really cannot say much without spoiling this. I'm scared I'm gonna spoil it. Someone's gonna get mad at me. So I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna say on it. It was slower than I want it to be. The beginning was great. It captured me, and that's usually a good book, but the rest of it was really slow. I could definitely see why people love this though, and there's a lot of like good lessons to take from it, a lot of valuable things. I think there was a quote in the back of the book that the author was talking about. It says, if you pay attention, solutions always appear, but you have to be brave enough to see them. There was a couple heavy things in this book, so that's a trigger warning for you. Anything related to that, might want to be careful with this one, but overall I did enjoy it. And this one I am obsessed with, and I think I'm gonna go buy like the next 1 or 2 volumes because this gave me major Studio Ghibli vibes. Oh my word, I don't know what it was, but specifically Howl's Moving Castle, mainly because there's like a young girl that wants to become a witch, and then this man who is kind of like training her. So it's not necessarily like a romantic type relationship, but basically he takes her on as an apprentice, and she accidentally casts this spell on her mother with a picture book from a witch that she got as a child. And she also got a wand, which is actually a pen, and she figures out that in order to cast spells you have to draw them. So she copies one from the book, and her mother, like, I don't know if her mother is like no longer flesh, she's like a spirit now, but basically she's on a mission to save her mother. Since she cast a forbidden spell, technically these people are supposed to have their memory taken away from them, but this guy decides to take on Coco, which is the girl, and, you know, make her his apprentice, and it kind of hints along the way that she is like special in some way and she's wanted. I'm still trying to figure out why she's wanted, what's special about her, but this was like so whimsical and fun. And there's even like these cute little creatures I'm gonna show you. They're called brush buddies, that they like are somehow like attached to you, like on your adventures and stuff. And they're like so cute and so fun. There's just a lot of like funny, wholesome moments in this where I feel like it's appropriate for like a lot of ages because it wasn't too dark. I love the fantasy vibes we're getting. I'm just, yeah, it's wholesome content, it's wholesome reading, and I can't wait to continue on. So I am feeling an audiobook and a coloring app for most, if not the rest of the night, to keep myself awake. Either that or read maybe one more of these. But I was hoping actually to find Fable on audiobook. I thought I saw it somewhere, but now I can't find it again. So I think I'm actually going to read An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. I love Sorcery of Thorns. This is only an 8-hour audiobook, and on 2 times speed that means 4 hours. I feel like it's very doable. So I want to at least get like 2 hours into this tonight. That's kind of the plan. Not sure what I'm in the mood for, another manga or audiobook, but it's going to be one of those two. I'm feeling good. Feeling strong. This might be the last time I check in tonight. I don't know. Unless I like finish something else, I'll probably check in. But for now, I'm just gonna continue to read. Zoe and Kaylin are both still awake. They are behind me in time zones. Kaylin is 2 hours behind and Zoe's 1. So technically, I am the person that's kind of staying up the latest so far, but I'm interested to see how long they will stay awake. I actually did an Instagram poll to see how long people can like think I would stay awake, and they said between 2 and 3 a.m. So we will see if I prove them wrong, but honestly I probably think they're right. So I will update you tomorrow if I don't update you the rest of the night, because I'm gonna go really hard and make the most of these early hours in the morning. So I will have an update for you guys later. Excuse you? You stole my spot again? I was sitting there? Do you not know that? Baron. Oh, you're making excuses. Can I have my spot back? This is the second time tonight. Hello friends, as you can see, it is morning now and I am awake Not because I want to be necessarily, but because my body told me differently. My stomach said, no, you are going to wake up. So, not sure what's going on there, but I actually stayed up until 2:15 last night, and it is just now hitting 8 o'clock, and I've actually been up since 7:15. So, I got like a solid 5 hours of sleep. So I figured I may as well get up, get some mint tea, see if that kind of eases my stomach. I might take a little snooze later, maybe like after the 24-hour period. That is where we're at. I just want to say good morning, and I'm awake, and I have not really looked at myself in the mirror today. And I think I'm going to give you all an update when I'm a little bit more awake, so I can kind of tell you like the pages I read yesterday, and then see if I feel well enough to go get something for breakfast out, because we don't really have a ton here other than fruit. I am feeling pretty hungry, but I'm gonna take it slow with the food right now. Anywho, yes, I will be back to update you a little bit more and when I am actually awake. Go ahead and place my order. So I'm now a little bit more awake. I feel like putting some makeup on always helps me feel a little bit more alive, although I cannot get my contacts in. So we're just rolling with the glasses today. I thought I would give you an update of what I read last night, kind of like a tally. I actually read a total of 441 pages, which isn't bad. That's pretty good. I finished The Last Flight, which was like 168 pages. The manga I read was about like 200, and then I got 6 chapters into An Enchantment of Ravens, which was like I think 70 pages. So overall, not bad, but I feel like I was losing my concentration at the end there. But I think I decided I'm going to give The Last Flight a 3.75, which I know isn't your like typical like real rating, but that's kind of how I'm sitting on it. That's kind of how I'm feeling. I wish the beginning pace just really would have like picked up and held throughout the whole book. But Witch Hat Atelier, I'm definitely giving a full 5 stars. I enjoyed it so much, even though it is kind of middle grade-ish. There's just something like wholesome and enjoyable, and the artwork was fabulous. Like hands down one of my favorite mangas now because of the artwork. It is so like whimsical and beautiful, and the attention to detail is just phenomenal. So I would highly recommend picking that one up, and I know I'm going to end up buying more of those because I just feel like they're great ones to keep on your shelf. I did start Enchantment of Ravens, and I've been listening to it all of this morning. I actually have like an hour and a half left, so really not bad at all for being only 10 o'clock. I really kind of am not liking it. It's a 3-star right now. There's a lot of insta-love, which you can kind of expect from a standalone fantasy romance, and it's not what I thought it would be, with the whole like her being an artist and painting him. And so there's just a couple like duh moments, like I guess he's a fae and he can turn into like a bird, and basically she was like astounded that he would eat a raw rabbit, and I'm like, he's a bird, and why would you not expect that? Like, there's just some really kind of like duh things in this book that I'm like, why? It reads very young adult, which is fine, but I don't like the romance, which I don't know, probably doesn't surprise a lot of you because I don't read romance anyways, but those are kind of my thoughts so far. I don't think I really have anything else to say. It's just a little bit unoriginal. Like the town is called Whimsy. Like, can you not think of anything better than that? And I'm really not trying to be harsh because I did love Sorcery of Thorns, but this one just ain't doing it for me. Yeah, and I don't see the appeal of Rook, who is the love interest, the main character. Why would you pick a name like Rook? And like, what is appealing about him? Like, he is such a boring character. So anyways, I feel like there's a lot lacking, and it could be because it's a standalone, so of course you have to like kind of fit in a ton of stuff in a short amount of time. But those are my updates for now. I am feeling good. I feel like I'm gonna get my other 2 manga read for sure, finish this audiobook, and I've been using the Happy Color app. If you guys don't use that, it's great for audiobooks. It's like a color by number, but they have like Disney and fantasy pictures and fashion and kind of like those, are those called mandalas, I think? Like the repeating pattern things. So much fun. So that's what's been keeping me awake, but I'm very hungry now. So I'm gonna swing by Starbucks and get my favorite Swiss and ham breakfast sandwich, and I've never tried a London Fog by them, or from them, I guess I should say. So I usually get a chai tea latte, but decided to get a London Fog today, so I'm excited to try it, and yeah, I will check back in when I have another update. Hello, I am officially finished. Yay! The end of the 24 hours is up, and man am I exhausted. I even took a 15-minute power nap on purpose. I thought I was gonna sleep for a couple hours, but I only slept for 15 minutes, which was great because I was able to finish An Enchantment of Ravens, and I got around to reading this as well. So in total, I read this, finished this, and then I read both of these. So overall, honestly, not a bad stack. I have never challenged myself like this before, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't putting too high expectations of myself because I didn't want to, you know, set myself up for failure, but it was definitely an experience. I actually read 421 pages today, and then yesterday I read 441, so in total I read 862, which I was trying to make it to 1,000. I was really hoping I could at least fit in one more of these to hit 1,000, but you know, I had to at least sleep 5 hours or I don't think I'd be able to stay up the whole time. I might if I actually had people with me in person to do something like this with. I don't know, it was quite the experience. I am feeling it for sure, and I also have not showered because I didn't want to make the time for it. I just wanted to read. So yeah, right after I'm finished with this, I'm going to go take a shower. Apparently he's taking his own shower back there. Can you stop? Can you stop for just a minute, please? Okay. Okay, sorry. This just keeps getting funnier and funnier. Like, it's just so amazing. This little girl's name is Anya, and they are trying to get her into this prestigious school. The goal for this book was to get her to be friends and get into this school and make friends with their son, and she ends up punching him because she's getting so angry that everybody is like calling her average and like all of this kind of stuff, and her mom trained her how to like physically fight people, and honestly it was just so funny. This little girl has a giant personality. If anything else, just read this for her because I cannot stop laughing. And this one we just kind of expand more and like see how the three of them, the wife and, you know, the spy and the little girl, are actually like getting along and like actually becoming a real family. So I don't know, the closer they get to each other, the more I'm thinking that the author is just gonna rip my heart out at the end. Like maybe someone dies or something bad happens at the end. I think they're making this into an anime, or I thought they were. I don't know if they actually are, but I really hope they do because this is gonna be so good. And overall, this was a pretty average young adult romance YA for me. I think I missed the part about it being romance. I don't know how, honestly. But yeah, this is probably a solid 3 stars. 2.5. Honestly, that might be kind of harsh, but it wasn't great, and I think I have to bump it up a star only because it is a standalone, and I feel like standalones in fantasy would just be so difficult to write, so I do commend the author for even trying that. But yeah, I thought the romance was cheesy. It was insta-lovey. There wasn't a whole lot to the magic system. Like, this was very character driven, and I usually like to have a little bit more plot to my fantasy, you know, some politics or something. It was all surface level, but I don't know, if you're like really in a fantasy mood but don't want to like dive into a whole new series, maybe this would be an option. But I'm glad I read it. I do love her writing. I feel like it's very addicting and just easy to flow through. There wasn't much of the artist or the art aspect to it as I thought there was gonna be, so I was a little disappointed in that, and that's probably why I gave it like a lower rating overall. I really wish I had been able to get to one of these, especially this. I was really hoping to get into at least another manga again to hit 1,000, but I'm definitely gonna be picking up these two very soon. I can't wait to read both of these. I'm probably just going to continue reading today, but I did want to stop and close out the vlog right at the 24-hour mark because I just wanted to like document how much I actually read in that period. It's funny though because I feel like this experience might like hinder some people from like wanting to continue to read, like you just be exhausted of reading, but honestly it put me in a really big reading mood. I think it's because like reading a lot of short books and stuff helps as well because you're like done with one in an hour and you can just like keep trudging through. So I'm actually really in the mood to keep reading some more. I'm probably gonna do that today. This was so much fun. I know a lot of you guys recommended or said you like wanted to see more like reading challenges on my channel, so honestly I'm not great at them, but I do love dedicating weekends to reading as much as I can because I basically do that already. But if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this wasn't too much of a mess, but maybe it is going to motivate you to do your own personal 24-hour readathon and just kick off the year to a great start and get ahead on that Goodreads goal. But thanks for watching, and thanks once again for supporting my channel. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!